Welcome to Four Seas, One Family, where we share thoughts and opinions concerning life in Taiwan, the region, and the world. I'm your host, James Thomas, coming to you from Taipei, Taiwan, and I'm so glad to have you traveling along with me on this journey, and welcome to the show. Well, I'm going to jump in here to talk a little bit about all this election craziness going on here. Now, Trump is talking about, well, it's rigged. It's all rigged. And you had this Million Man March going around, and well, luckily things didn't get as bad as I thought it would have gotten to be. But this is really kind of weird. And what I want to talk about is how can the United States put the voting of the American people in the hands of foreign nations? I mean, you got this company called Dominion and SkyTel and another one called Smartmatic. I mean, these are foreign companies that are actually tabulating the U.S. vote for president. Now, I know that, Dominion is a Canadian company, and it had some scrupulous founding. One of the founders is found to have some connections with certain anti-Trump movements, and at one time apparently put some tweets up that was not too flattering of Trump. But you see, it's kind of really weird when you're in a business of counting a country's votes or anybody's votes. You should be quite neutral or keep your own political preferences out of the ball game. And SkyTel, I understand, is a Spanish company with also some very interesting background foundings, and being in Spain, well, who knows what's going on here. Another company called Smartmatic. I'm not sure about their background, but I also think that I think I digged up something about early this morning that they also have some scrupulous backgrounds. But nevertheless, my point is, how can something as important as a U.S. election, now these companies also handle other nations' elections, I understand, but how can you put something of such a high priority in the hands of a foreign company, in the hands of foreign nationals? Now, doesn't that put things at high risk of things being mistabulated, cheated, just lying straight up? I mean, I just don't understand this. My own company, I wouldn't put the cash flow or the taking care of the accounting in another company's hands, for example. I mean, you have an accountant, but you're on them like a dog. I mean, you're watching them really sharp, and you can control what goes in and out to the T. But when they're doing things like counting the votes within the United States, sending it overseas through their own servers that are located who knows where, what can happen along the way? Now, there are a lot of nations that would love to see the vote in the United States go either way. But the thing is, if anything could be intercepted during the trips between sending things from server to server. And I really don't get this. How? I mean, my local McDonald's owner wouldn't do something like that. I really don't get it, how the United States can allow their future accounting system put in another country's hands. And this is scary. So, I mean, even though companies like Dominion have not even over a 10-year history, I think, have high level of engineering and software writing. I mean, you're hearing people in the States saying that there's been software glitches or hardware glitches and stuff like that. I mean, where do you put the accountability? I mean, where would you put it? You're putting the future of your country in the hands of another nation that could easily, well, miscount things. And who are you going to blame it on? You can only blame it on yourself. So basically what I'm saying in this short rant is that, look, this count number problem is of our own bringing. How you doing, Earl? And this is just totally ridiculous. Earl, this is really crazy, man. I mean, the United States cannot come up with their own counting system. The United States could not come up with its own counting system to count their own votes. I mean, the United States has enough technology to create all this high precision missiles and send a man to the moon and send satellites way beyond our solar system. We can't find a high secured way to keep our own voting preferences valuable and secure. The local language here said that's crazy. Tokapaiki. What is the heck's going on? So I'm looking for somebody to please explain to me, how can a country like the United States ask the neighbors upstairs, Canada, can you count our votes for us? because we don't trust each other. Hey, Spain, can you bring your folks over here and let us use your hardware to count our votes because we don't trust each other? Maybe some of the things that are happening to us are just being deserved. And this is really way off the rails of common, my mom would say common damn sense. So yeah, outsourcing everything. This is ridiculous. I mean, outsourcing is good up to a certain extent and a lot cheaper, but you should not be outsourcing your democracy. Outsourcing your democracy. You're that lazy, America? This is sad. And some of the problems we have are because of this voter numbers, irregularity, how do you say, my English is getting bad. This unneeded tension, this irregular type of behavior just because of simple voting. It's simple. Yes, it's high stakes, but don't put the future of your democracy in the hands of someone else. Drive your own car. I mean, at least we can get that much respect from each other. So that's all I wanted to do. Earl, thanks for jumping in there. I just had to jump this in before I run out here and head back home. Yep, you can't outsource everything. Look, thanks a lot for jumping in here. I'll come back and see what's going on here. And thank you for joining us here at 4C's One Family. I got something interesting coming up next in the next episode, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to want to ring me up on this one. Take care.